coming into spring, bit of summer on the horizon, just around the corner. In fact, logical time perhaps to start thinking about a holiday home maybe?
It is, because we're smack bang in the middle of school holidays. So if you want to get in and have a house by January, now's the time to consider doing the purchase.
Right, so that's it. If you're thinking about having your summer holidays, you've got to buy now.
Basically, yeah.
All right, so what have you found and where have you been looking?
Okay, so we're going to look under $600,000 because I think part of the sort of charm in having a beautiful holiday home is having one that isn't going to give you a mortgage headache for the rest of your life. And I've also chosen ones that are fairly simple but humble but in amazing locations. So, are you ready? We're going to start in Queensland.
So ready.
We're going to start in beautiful Port Douglas. This is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom duplex, and this is music to any sort of seller's, buyer's ears. It's basically a house that needs to sell quickly, and it's a beautiful walk from gorgeous 4 Mile Beach, very quiet street right next to the beach, pool, part of a complex, and there's nobody corporate there. And if you're looking to downsize or invest, there's the current tenant in there. It's on the market for $380 a week. And so you could actually keep that tenant in there, and basically it's now on the market for $450,000.
Oh, and Port Douglas is a favourite for holidays.
It's a gorgeous spot. Now we're going to go over to New South Wales. So this is in Lake Tabora. This house is $535,000. It's a huge house, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, on over 1,000 square metres of land, and it's between Ulladulla and Batemans Bay on the gorgeous New South Wales south coast, a 3-hour drive from Sydney, and a beautiful, popular destination in Sydney. Outdoor shower and an eco-friendly house, which we've talked about being very on trend at the moment.
Yeah, and I love the idea that only being 3 hours from Sydney, so it could be your holiday house now, but it could also be where you retire, and then it's a double whammy.
Exactly, Shel.
It's a big, beautiful house, that. Quite a lot of house for the price tag.
You can have a lot of kids and a dog and a cat in that house and probably feel quite comfortable, which I think is sort of the magic of holiday homes. I love the thought of having houses that house lots of people, having friends to stay as part of the dream of that.
What have you got for us in Victoria?
So we're going to head down to Rye on the Mornington Peninsula. This is a favourite spot of mine. It's only about an hour and a quarter from Melbourne. But basically it's a great entry-level home for first home buyers, a beautiful huge deck that wraps around most of the home, freshly painted inside and out, so it's ready to move in or to rent out. So I think if you want that house that's kind of low maintenance and simple to run, that could be a good house for you. And an hour and a quarter from Melbourne, I mean, you could almost, but it could be your principal residence if you wanted it to. And that's on the market for $529,000.
See, after the game today, just take a little truck down to Rye.
Yeah, well, some Richmond supporters are going to need to get out of town maybe. I don't know, just to get away from it all. Who knows?
Pretty nice bolt hole.
WA?
Now we're going to go...
sorry, South Australia. Let's go all the way around the
We'll go down
country.
to Aldinga Beach. This is a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom home on the market for $410,000 to $450,000, just an hour south of Adelaide. It's 1 street back from the beach, a 4-year-old property, and I think it's perfect for entertaining, a great large deck with beautiful sea views, and an extra large master bedroom with built-in robes and an ensuite bedroom.
Wow.
Nice. WA now.
Let's go over there. So now we're in Queen's Rocks, which is also basically only 45 minutes from the Perth centre, so not too far. $599,000, so I'm just slipping in under $600,000 there. Another street back from the beach. It's a classic beach shack, but it's got great wooden raked ceilings and beams throughout, and almost cosy and quite cottage-like with a beautiful garden, I think.
How lovely. It's funny, isn't it? As you say, holiday homes have to invoke some kind of sense of, I don't know, either romance or reflection on your history, on your childhood. There's got to be something really quirky and special about them to make them appeal.
I think a lot of people nowadays are trying to make their holiday home as good as their primary home. And I do think doing that's obviously going to cost you a lot more in the long run. And there's something lovely and sort of romantic to me about having a low maintenance holiday home that doesn't cost you that much to run.
Well, yeah, if you can put all of your money into being that close to the beach, as it is in WA there, Queen's Rocks, unbelievable. You can see why you'd want to do that.
That's it. Well, we know, and of course we know how good Australian beach holidays are. What are people from overseas searching when they're looking at Australian property, even if they're just sticky beaking? Where do they look and where do they go?
So, number one is New South Wales is Byron Bay.
Really?
Talk about living the dream.
Yeah, it's got to be. I guess if those people from overseas, I imagine most of them are from California, most of them probably LA, most of them mates of Hemsworth's. So
we talk about the Hemsworth effect a lot in property. And on that note, we also talk about the block effect on property. And in Victoria, the suburb most sought after is St Kilda at the moment. So you can think about how important that is for people. It really does hold a lot of currency when people are talking about, I want to be here, so-and-so's there, or it's in the media a lot. It really does help to drive up the popularity of that area.
Alice, I would have thought a lot lot of people overseas looking at Queensland suburbs. What's number
They
one
are
there?
indeed surfers paradise.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of curious, isn't it? Like, it's sort of no surprises there. WA, it's Fremantle, and South Australia, it's Glenelg. But over the past year, it has been Cooper Pedy. So it's interesting the areas that are popping up and how they kind of evolve over time, aren't they?
So you've got the beautiful opal waters or the beautiful opals if you're going to Cooper Pedy.
Yep. Well, Australia has the best of everything, doesn't it? in
We
that
sure
regard?
do. There is no doubt about that.